Alright, folks, welcome back. It is Monday, local time, and we are back with another reset day in Neverwinter Online. It is week 6 now. I don't expect to see anything more beyond the week 4, the 4th milestone. So last week, we concluded the arc, right? The culmination of the space realm Spelljammer modules. So we took down Emperor Zalith, right? So what happened last time near the end was we made some final preps, took the ring from Zedella. Yeah, Zedella, the princess, tried to deliver it into an inside man. Turns out that inside man was the prince, right? First we snuck into the citadel, set some traps, some explosives, then got bamboozled by the prince. Then the prince became the emperor, presumably implied. You storm the imperial citadel again, set off the traps, stick out, and it leads to the dungeon, more or less. And we use our imagination. I imagine that the princess is placed on the throne and so on. I don't know if they ever... It's gonna be interesting to see how they transition from this to the next thing. Kind of curious what their next thing is going to be, and if there's any like allusion to Spelljammer. It wasn't that much to Undermountain too. This kind of feels like an Undermountain thing where, yeah, it's dealing with realms, like dimensions, and opens up the possibility for shenanigans, different representations, little pocket places, right? I kind of like this structure where it makes it so that it's very video gamey, where you get, whenever you move to another environment, you're constantly moving between environments. It's kind of nice, kind of your pocket dimensions. All right, so we're gonna do our weekly upkeeps. There is a milestone at the end of today, which is the 5th milestone, and I think I'd be surprised if there's dialogue, but I imagine it unlocks access to the purple artifact set, which we'll probably use today because, well, I'm not into the whole bootstrapping, random looting, low percentage looting stuff. But they usually have an even lower tier step, right? PvE sort of friendly step up the weapon. We have to step up the weapon, so in case the next module has like a requirement or something. So let's go in and do our upkeeps on our three guys. Last week was pretty much average conclusion. I think overall so far, like the writing, this one was definitely above average overall. There are places that stayed the same, but there are places that increased quite dramatically. So I'm curious how well they're going to keep up the volume in terms of writing. I enjoy writing regardless of how contextless it can be for me. It gives me ideas. Maybe one day I'll make some allusions to Spelljammer. I like the representation. I like the visuals and like the theme of Spelljammer. Kind of always was very much into like space related things, right? All right, let's see, what do we have? So probably gonna hide this for now. Not gonna end up doing this on the other 2 tunes for some time. All right, so we turn our 3 dailies. That's 15. I imagine we're gonna have to do more than these dailies. Our activities weekly should come up now, right? Yes, there's our activity weekly. And then we did heroics last week for the quick 25. We're gonna have to do the arena. So let's see, where does that place us? Oh, bonus progress. Sure, we'll pick these up. These things aren't very great for someone who keeps up with the game. So, free resources still. Free resources. Nothing unique though. Let's see. We're at 40. So we do heroic encounters, throw in 2 dailies, or alternatively, we can do 2 sets of. Yeah, we're just gonna do heroic encounters, the arena, and then 2 dailies, and then float 1 daily. Probably good enough. Get in here. All right, arena. Let's go. Casual, very casual. I might wanna. Oh, hello there, big boy. Adult green dragon, maybe from a dragon. Yeah, same guy. Except for movement, they don't move. It might actually be like Tiamat dragon. Stay stationary. old module. Or like the dragons when they introduced the Thayans and the dragon cult. Okay. Oh, they're still alive. Honestly, man, changing Mightier Leap might be a thing. I think maybe splitting the mag and not having it to miss to trigger Mightier Leap. It's kind of something to consider. So you get it's more consistent. It's like it's relying on hitboxes, which I mean you kind of get used to it, but I'm willing to sacrifice that nuance. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what? People could do lots of arena runs for the coin bags to get some insignia residues. There's the coin Joaquin going on right now. I wonder what the cooldown is. Probably like 30 seconds. Might actually even be a minute. They're gonna just do arenas because it drops from the arenas. Yeah, see, brash strike is so. There's so many things about the barbarian that, ugh, man. Just sitting there hitting air right next to the person, hitboxes. Yep. Yep. That's what happens when you have unreliable hitboxes. Yeah, my sprint didn't happen. It just stayed in place. Like, sometimes you get hit even if the dodge comes up. It's a thing. Amazing. Curious if, oh, okay, so it's kind of like over a minute for the coin purses. Not take too long to get those coin purses. It's like, what was it? 60 coin purses? Or 15? 15 insignia powders? Or dust? Whatever it's called. Yep. Yeah, see? Getting hit there too. One more. Yeah, if you get one coin purse every 3 rounds, nah, that takes too long. Oh, it's like every 2 rounds. Okay, if you get lucky, you get every 2 rounds. Oh. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Tracking guys are no bueno. I don't remember how much that actually does. Yep, that's tracking. That is stupid right there. Yeah. Right there. You can clearly see that I sprinted at least 100 milliseconds before, and it still tracked. Within like getting anti-melee'd in this game. Curious if they're gonna ever switch that up. Making melee, especially sprint-based and shield-based characters actually have more a bigger plus window on frames. It would be a little too much to ask for something like this. Second tracking bosses. Yeah, I would say something like sprint, warlock slipping, shielding, plus or minus couple frames. Yeah, see, I got hit there. Yeah, I need to do this one, right? Oh no, I think I did one extra round. Fine. Sprinted there too, in advance. Sprinted there too. It doesn't matter. We only need 5, right? I love playing a class that is relying on something like that to dodge. Of dipping and dodging. Okay. Let's see. The alternative is to actually farm for using toxic looting to upgrade your armor, which I don't have time for that. Okay, encounters. Look, it was okay. It would be a little less a little less annoying if sprinting, shielding, and whatever you call that dreadnought shielding is actually reliable, but it really isn't. Especially when you're paper thin. I mean, this guy's not really that paper thin. Okay. 20. Right, the arena was a different instance. Let's just say pain giving is not created equal, obviously. But the essential mechanics like dodging is definitely not created equal. Heal for a year or two and you'll probably see it. See a Blade Master, you're like, yep. I mean, that's besides the Blade Masters that stand in red, but you might as well. Sprinting is pretty unreliable. $11? No, 14. That's full. Okay, 20. Okay. Oops, this way. That rubber band. Where are we going? Outpokes. Brad? Some of these dailies overlap with the heroic encounters. Oh. Two birds with one stone. Did that guy just run the other direction? Yep. That kind of reminds me of those times when you're watching YouTube clips of a dog, like a dog. You have a sidewalk, like a path crossing, and you're looking down a hallway, and you just watch a dog run right by right by the camera and then double back down. And then watch that player go whoop the other direction. I'm like, all right. And then 5 seconds later, comes back to the same direction. Yeah, did these guys count? Oh no, that's actually Zarbos. What am I supposed to say? It says Astro Elves. Astro Elves. Feels bad, man. I don't trust sprinting in place against those things. Alright, Big Red, right? There was a time when I was like, yeah, you need to just sprint in place. You got this. Get that dodge in. Where are we going? Volcath? I do like, I don't know when they added those things, but adding an icon for a heroic encounter present in a zone. I'm not entirely sure how long back they added those icons. Pretty nice. It might have been the Spelljammer thing, because it's very difficult to know otherwise. Unless you're looking at calls. Fastest heroic encounter. Okay, two more. We don't have a Volcath. What? Daily? Heat? We're going to Heat? Oh. Oops. Okay. What are these? 2,000? Guess it's time to update that too, huh? How much is that? 1 million Astro Diamonds for 3 characters? It's probably like 200k for the purples. Only to expire. We'll think about it. Got lucky so far. No chicken. No aminal rallying. Chickens or pigs. Niwatori. Or I wonder if pigs is Buta. Probably is. Since we have Botaniku. Okay, one more. Where are we heading, guys? Where are we going? Grad? No grad. They? Vaderon? Hello? Up in the air. Don't know. Okay. Took a bit. Oh no, I spoke too soon. uh, spoke too soon. Get in there. Go on. Go on, pig. This isn't the synopsis for Pig in the City. Or Babe, okay? Alright. Oh, here we go. Come on. Go on. Get. Alright. It's got the other one. Alright. That looks pretty good. Did the pictures grunt? Where's the little guy at? It's kind of hard to see where the dude is. Okay, well. Not long for this world. Alright. Now we got 3 dailies. That wasn't too bad. 30 minutes with some opening remarks. Not too bad. In the end of the day, it's not too bad. Alright, Astro Elves. Pick some Astro Elves, right? Okay, that is some delay right there. 'Kay. Collect the tolls. Looking for one more arena time 10. Need tank 85k item level. EM for invite. Oh, I keep going to the wrong thing. Over here. $85. What's the item level requirement to enter this zone? 80? No, it can't be 80. 75? Oh, wait. Oh, it's 70. Oh, okay. 4. It's a full party. 85k, huh? Such an arbitrary number. Why do people kill mobs during green circle? Green circle, BHE. Oh, wait. I already did that one. Zarbos. Okay, so it was like 30 minutes per tune. Not too bad. It's definitely gonna be faster for it. Oh my rubber band. Yep. Grounded by the network. Alright. Next week's gonna take a while. Probably gonna take 45 minutes each, if not an hour. Alright, heroic encounters in, and then we dump 2. Let's see if there's maybe a new weekly from this milestone. 5 standard modes. Okay. So, yep, I don't see anything at all. So yeah, as expected, nothing. So pretty much average as usual. And then you gain access to, you probably got another boon point. And then you gain access to these purple things here, which can be useful. Oh, they're only 50,000. That's not too bad. 50,000, not too bad to upgrade. You get 450 more. Oh, it's 250. Never mind. Just kidding. Yeah, 250. You know, yeah, we gotta buy these anyways, right? And get defense. So we'll do that later. Okay. I imagine it's natural. You just naturally get the currency if you don't use the currency. Let's see. Yes. Oh no. I need 400 of these. I don't think I have that on my paladin. All right. Pretty average. So now we go do it on 2 more times. And then we'll try to squeeze in a dungeon. Switching loadouts on at campfires. Time to do away with those too. I don't think I have enough pieces. I'm at 38. I don't think I'm gonna get 400 from turning these things in. How much do you get to turn these in? 60 pieces? It's gonna be a close call. I might have to do a couple of dailies. 12 pieces for one of these dailies. And then you probably get anywhere maybe around 10 per heroic encounter. Do you get them from the arena? Find out. Yeah, I need 400, right? Yeah, the difference between a tank, just having the difference between a tank and a paper thin thing giver, right? Although these mobs do scale up with each round, it does look like it. Like that guy has way less HP. Difference between round 6 and round 1. I wonder what you get at the end of round 10. Now I'm kind of curious. Does it scale up that high? Maybe people are forming groups because at 10, maybe it's multiplicative in rewards. You get marks and pieces, maybe? I hope it gets pieces, because I need some pieces. That's new. Anyone need healer for something? I'm bored. Sounds like they need to play a different game. What I mean by that is I'm pretty sure they can find something that requires healing. Nope, you don't get pieces. You only get marks. I'm only looking for a pieces, so probably gonna have to do more heroic encounters. I might be short a little bit. We got at least 24 more. And then what was the other ones? 30 pieces? So we get 60, 24, plus the 5 5 heroic encounters. That's not enough. We started with 38. We might be short 100, something like that. Oh. Yep, that hit me. Master Temple of the Spiders, plus 85k experience, Raptor 2 of 5. Oh, Raptor 2. And then have 2 people of 5. Interesting. Is this guy even 85? I don't think this guy's even 85. I kind of fat fingered that. Alright, alright. Oh, hello there. Burnham the Salty. One more round. No, I guess it's random how many like waves of mobs you have before the contender shows up. Or like it's fixed based on the contender maybe? Because that was only one. Kind of expecting more. And hey, all right, peace out. Go. Out the door we go. Actually, let's make sure. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me guess. 30 pieces. 60. Oh wait, it was 60. So 60. I got another 120. Another about 100 coming in. Oh no, that's not enough. Oh no. All right. You gotta wait on the timer to switch instances. Actually, we could do the dailies. Maybe not there. Oh my gosh, that rubber band. Oh, right. There are name mobs. I wonder how many pieces those name mobs give. Come on, guys. All right. Oh, why did they reset? You know, the one time I don't mind. High range aggro. The one time. I'm curious. Jeeves. How long does it take you? How long does this take? Oh, it takes 8 billion years. Forget it. Never mind. Just kidding. You can go back to guarding whatever you're guarding. $21. How am I still in combat? In Regis. 21. Nope. 15? Nope. 5? See how many you get from a heroic encounter. 10 tops. Whoops. It did the same. 10 tops, right? Okay. Oh, okay. Like, where'd the cavalry go? Yeah, so we only have 200. We get 60. Hey, Hugh. We get 60 from the... At most, we're gonna get another 100. Yeah, like 110 if each of the heroic encounters give us 10 on average. We have to destroy these? No, I don't think we need to destroy the barrels. I'm hitting the barrels. Oh, buttheads. At least I don't think. Dang it. Making barrels. Ow. Nothing like a red cone showing up in the last second. Okay. Stop blipping. Okay. Who has aggro? I do. Okay. Give me 10. Come on. Give me at least 10. 10 pieces? Alright, I'll take it. So we get 2, that's 24. We need to do 6 extra. So 6 extra. That's not too bad. We get 400. We volcathing. I think, right? Wait, I forgot which instance. Oh, 5? No one is calling for 5. Awkward. Which? 21. I dig this guy. This guy is talking. 21. I like 21. It's probably already too late. Oh, wait, no. I got time. Oh, wait. Please. I tapped it. All right. Nice. Where are we going? Oh, this guy's piecing. All right. Let's see. Probably grad. I'll take out some astral elves while I'm here. Okay. No one's calling yet, so farm some more peeps. Where are they going? Hey guys, it's the other way. All right. Ow. There's a healer in this group. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That guy shifted away from its original attack projection. Alright, where are you guys going? Probably not Volkov. It's probably Emeria. I need to take down some elves here first, though. Find out. Yeah. Do I need to do anything here? No. Okay. I don't see any peeps. There's one. Fine. Go do this stuff. Astral elves? Pick some astral elves? Yes. Okay. That was weird. A lot of rubber banding. Hello? Why can't I target you? Oh. Just kidding. 1. Need 8 more here. Okay, let's turn the 2 in. $14 needs a new collar. Okay, they're going to grad. Wait, am I in? I'm on 14, right? No, just kidding. 14. 14 available? Nope. Grad 2. All right. You need a raptor to join an arena group? Okay, buddy. What the heck? No one's there. See if we can find the name mod while we wait. Oh, I know one name mod. The one under the tent. How hardy are you? Oh, no, never mind. Not live anymore. Does it work? Does grad 2 work? Nope. Womp womp. People busy picking their noses, I suppose. I gotta wait another 30 minutes. Or count at. So we're gonna get 60, right? That brings us to 280. 280 plus 80. So 304. 304 plus 2 turn-ins. They're 12 each, right? So 24. We need to do 6 more of these. Yeah, we gotta find an instance here. 15. Nope. 21. Ugh. It's okay. How many bros do you have? Okay. I'll take 2. Give me 2 and we're good. You got 2 buddies with you? 1. Come on, can we get 1 more? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Holy lag. My guys. Okay, we got a few buddies here. I'm beyond rescuing peeps, all right? I'm just kidding. All right. So we need to do 2 beyond this. I mean, we need to do 5 beyond this. Ow. Strap in. It's pretty good. Alright, let the countdown begin. 6 more to go. Team? Okay. No animals, please. Yeah, they're stuck on 10. It's only 10. You can't get lucky and get like 30 or something. Alright, I'll let them roll in first. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh, that was a free one. Oh, weird. Oh, that one's bugged. Oh man. I missed out on it. I thought you had to do the chicken thing, but that one's bugged. It immediately completed because the guy already spawned. Huh. I saw it happen last week. Oh, there I go. Being complacent. Someone already doing this? No. Guys, please. Please. Attack. Attack. Alright. Now I'm gonna chill here. With some other peeps. Okay. 5 more to go. Alright. Where are we going next? They? Nope. Back to grad. Oh, that guy is piecing out already. Okay. We got a new leader. It's like passing the baton. It's like, guys, I'm done with my daily. We need a new caller. Okay. So 60, 104. I mean, no, 60, 84. Right. 84 plus 244. Plus 244. I didn't do the math properly. That's only 130. That's only 330. 324. 328. Right? Am I being a butt? I think think I might be being a butt. 84? Yeah, 320, 328? I regret everything. Any Masters Demon Web Pit I can tank. Oh, is this a BHE? Oh. I wonder how much you get for BHEs. I'm curious how long this is. This is where we stand in the circle. Wait, where's the circle at? Oh, we have to take care of the landing party first. I have a lot of health for 2 pips. Oh, give me 30. Come on. Give me 30. There it is. I'm just gonna sit here. Oh. Or get bamboozled. Can someone stand in the other circle? Alright, fine. I'm gonna go stand in the other circle. Oh, butt hits. I'm doing my duty. Stand in the circle. The true objective game. This is actually what you're supposed to be doing. Not those silly goobers out there. I thought the 6th milestone was when you got to 600 vouchers. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's not. No, I don't have to do this. This is just the 5th milestone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no. You can't even buy the pieces. I might as well. These pieces. No, that's not even that's the 5th milestone. You can't even buy these weapons now because it's oh wait, maybe you can. Oh, you can only buy, wow. It's the 5th milestone for the offhand and the 6th milestone for the main hand. Wow, way to be greedy, Cryptic. That's actually pretty pathetic. That's incredibly toxic. You have to do 8 weeks before. I don't even need to do this. Like, well, it's gonna be 8 weeks. So basically, there goes 20 minutes. Wow. Way to be greedy. That is greedy as heck. 8 weeks to get access to like a partial. That's pretty disgusting. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and hit this catapult. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Someone made a comment and I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, not 6th week. Not the 6th week. The 6th milestone. That's a very good point. Often misunderstood. That's so gross. I have to do 8 weeks for barely a for leap, like, man. Well, at least that person made me realize the fallacy of my logic before I continued doing this for another 30 minutes. Well, it's not really that long. This PHE takes a very long time. All right. Do I get 30? You only get 20? That's kind of gross too. All right, we're done. We gotta switch characters. Wow, I thought I had something to say today, but yeah, this is same deal. 5 out of 5, right? It's still 8th week to get whatever weapon. Man, yikes. All right. At least I think. Hold up. Yeah. The 6th milestone. Yep. Hate to see that. All right. Last character. So basically nothing happened. I think it's pretty asinine to separate the pieces. You know, like the offhand and the main hand. I mean, honestly, from a psychological standpoint, if you made both the main hand and the offhand the 6th milestone, relatively wouldn't change the functionality, like the desirability or functionality of it. Because most people, like the vast majority of people, would not equip the item until they're both available. That's just a kick in the nads, isn't it? It's nice, you know, public chat, having a game with other people in it. There's a lot of silver lining to having a game with other people in it. Yeah, I made a poor assumption there. And then someone else did too. But because they raised the question, I actually understood what they meant. Good point. 6th milestone. GG, ladies. Maybe I get lucky today. And the main hand or the offhand drops, so I won't have to invest. Does that guy have a head? Oh yeah, they do. It's just very, very small in that armor. Okay. I still have to do, what is it, 90? Yeah, it's 90 per piece. I still have to complete the Imperial Citadel on Advance another 9 times. Or not 9 times. 6 times. Before you can get even one of the piece, instead of relying on luck. For one of the characters. Gloom Lord. Can I get the contender now, please? Thank you much. Oh, that guy just missed. Okay. I was standing still and that guy missed. Okay. All right. Contender, please. No? Okay. More Froggos and trolls. Oh, they're toads. Hey. Hello, Bats. How are you today? Alright. Get more contenders, please. I'm taking a break from Duo. No, this is my Monday thing. I cover other live service things whenever they come up. So Neverwinter every 3 or so months has a module update, and it takes 10 weeks. And they're weeklies, so every Monday on reset day, I cover whatever happens in the week. And then after 10 Mondays, I go back to juggling something else. This is how I collect my thoughts. I do this every evening as well. So like on the days, you know, you have your things to relax. This is kind of what I do to relax when I'm not, when there isn't new content. So I play this game for 20 to 30 minutes a day in the evening. Do some dailies. Then I spend like 30 minutes on Hearthstone and then 15 minutes on PSO2 NGS to chill while I think about stuff. You don't really need to think here. So it's pretty stress free. Do you do anything to help yourself relax? Maybe wind down in the day? I'm not winding down for the day. These are the few days of exception, but I usually use Neverwinter to wind down. You read usually? What do you read? What kind of reading material do you use? That's how. Of course, it can also be educational. This is one of the few things I do that isn't exactly educational or like these are the kind of the rare moments that I'm actually doing something that I might be competent in without having to think about it. But most of the time, I say 90% of the time, if I'm streaming, I'm doing something that I'm not competent in. Mostly light novels of animes and manga you really like? I see. How do you consume them? Are you still like trying to use comprehensible input, or are you trying to chill and read things you're reading most comfortably? Or are you still actively trying to relax and learn at the same time? That can be very difficult. Or like mentally draining. Sometimes I just stare at pictures. No. Look at someone was doing some artwork, so I just stare at the artwork and take it in. Watch someone go through like a slightly sped up version of watching them move their hands and stuff and creating artwork on a canvas. I like Bob Ross, you know? Not Bob Ross literally, but what Bob Ross does for many people. All right, head out. Wait till that number turns 6 because I don't trust. No trust. All right. I think this Neverwinter stuff is kind of like someone's gardening. If I had a garden, I'd probably do some gardening or something, right? That can be very nice. I used to try to meditate, but now I found that this is very reasonable for meditating. You have some lo-fi, so flow state stuff, right? Flow state stuff. Just chilling, vibing, trying to recuperate. You just read them translated is a big reason of why I want to learn Japanese, but I can't read Japanese very well yet. Fair enough. There's definitely times to be actively working, right? And then actively learning and still be able to enjoy. So here's me like doing something that I feel lots of people do very regularly. You try to relax because their work days or all their agendas and stuff is packed with a lot of, you know, requirements and stuff. It's nice that you can still enjoy anime and manga without feeling like you have to learn Japanese. So what I mean by that is sometimes when the things you like, right? The things you like, and then you start making it something you want to do, but then it can somehow get in the way of your enjoyment of how you used to enjoy things. That can be a little bit of a negative feedback loop. So it's nice to see that. It's nice to hear that while you do want to learn Japanese, learning Japanese slowly, right? Slowly and consistently and healthily doesn't interfere with your enjoyment of before you started learning things. I think a lot of times you probably heard examples like this all the time with, like, say, an athlete. You love playing the sport, but at some point that sport became something else and it was no longer enjoyable anymore. You kept, you know, the hyper focus of, oh, I want to get better at the sport, and at some point it's no longer fun that's the priority, but the performance that's the priority. Or you can pick any video game for that matter, right? You start a game, it's like, oh yeah, this game is great, and then that competitive spirit, the more nuance of the knowledge then takes your eye off the ball, and then it was either you separate from the cold turkey, like you cold turkey separate from something you once loved, or don't or go hardcore, and it eventually becomes like this doom gloom thing, like, oh yeah, I can't enjoy this anymore if I'm not good at it, for example. I think that kinda, it's not as extreme for things like creative things, you know, abstract things. You know, people move on, they get more abstract things, but it's a great way to keep yourself grounded. Like, don't forget that you still love doing the thing, right? Sometimes the pursuit of proficiency in something you love can take away the fondness and the love for the thing that started it all in the first place. I see that quite a lot when you turn something into, which I talked about a couple of times, where outside of language learning, if you turn something you love into something you have to do, like efficiency wise or meet a certain criteria, then that love can fade to obligation. I literally have already encountered people who say, like, oh yeah, you know, I don't watch anime and manga much anymore because I spend most of my time learning Japanese because I don't want to watch anime when I can't understand it, right, in Japanese. And then at some point they find that they realize learning Japanese is a lifelong thing, and then quit anime and manga altogether and not, you know, and stop learning Japanese. That's kind of the feedback. It feeds back on itself. If you watching anime and manga consistently reminds someone that they haven't learned the Japanese yet, and then back and forth. So something that once was very positive untethered becomes a source of negativity and reminder. Very classical. I like this. Actually, this is a great example. Live service games are a great example of that. So, for example, in MMORPG like Neverwinter, since it's a live service model, things will change, right? When you get gear that you worked hard for, with time, that gear becomes obsolete, right? It gets turned over. So what happens is it feeds forward to the sense that, oh, you have to constantly be up to date, FOMO and all, right? Be up to date. So naturally, the enjoyment of the MMORPG is coupled with your proficiency in the MMORPG, be it being up to date or completing the task that is provided for you. So over time, if you go ahead of the game, like if you complete the task too quickly, it doesn't keep you engaged. If you complete the task too slow, it's a negative feedback loop. Or like, oh, you're slow already, you might as well not enjoy the game, because you can't enjoy the game if you're not proficient, right? At least minimally proficient. And that happens a lot with video games. Duolingo included, because some people might quit for the leaderboard, for example. Gamification does that, right? So keeping grounded and reminding others of like, hey, don't forget why you started all of these things, right? It's a very humbling and cathartic thing to remind yourself, like, you still love this, whether you know it or not. You don't have to be good at something to love something you like, or to want to love something. I've been playing this game for many, many years. Over 10 years, actually. Yeah, over 10 years. Well, it's coming on 10 years. No, it's over 10 years. At this point. I need to look for an instance. It's like grinding a competitive game like League of Legends, where people fall off once it starts becoming stressful and taxing. Yeah, their enjoyment has become attached to the maintenance of their skill. So like, you want to always have the like same experience or better experience, but the actual competitive design of live service games like League of Legends, actually, they will continue to update. So you have to be very comfortable and accepting to understand that you're gonna go through the same process again. Like, things are gonna change, and then you have to stress yourself out and tax yourself out to keep up, and then continue to keep up. So having a healthy relationship and keeping in mind what all the good things and the bad things and perspective tends to allow someone to be consistent pretty much forever. If you can, in my opinion, that's the point of enlightenment about life, right? The stuff you love shouldn't be falling to stress and taxing. In fact, the things you love, unless you're an esports person who actually literally do that for a living, right? It's your choice to make it into a living. And the things you do that you love to do, it's very dangerous. You have to strongly consider, if you're expanding the thing you love, that it doesn't continue to promote more and more stress and tax, right? Because the things you choose and love to do logically should be doing the opposite, right? It should be removing stress and giving you more energy, so that you can go on, you can utilize that excess energy and happiness to do what you have to do, right? get a job, like put food on the table, make money, that type of thing. Right. It's crazy. I mean, like, it's not that crazy, or unheard of, but it's fairly common for me to hear to hear people say things like, "Oh yeah, this is just a hobby." Meanwhile, they describe how stressful it is. And I'm thinking to myself, good stress, right? We're talking about like the endorphin stress. Like, oh, you stressed yourself out intentionally. So the good stress, right? Not the exhausting stress. Well, a lot of times it's like, yeah, it is. You know, I have to do this, then I have to do this, and it costs this. And I'm like, that sounds like bad stress, not good stress. That's kind of the thing, right? Wow, amazing. 2 bots in a row. That's pretty impressive. I guess bots come in pairs now, huh? Yeah. So, I know there's good stress and there's, you know, cortisol stress and endorphin stress. Lots of people talk about these things. When you intentionally stress yourself because you voluntarily like it, that's quite a difference. And that's, I like to hope that most people who learn Japanese while being motivated to still read manga and anime, that's a positive stress. A stress that actually promotes more energy and like satisfaction, as opposed to the undue stress that you have to do something. I mean, a great example of undue stress is like an injury, right? Not that type of thing. That's kind of how I view my Duolingo sessions most of the time. Like, a lot of people keep thinking that they think of language learning as negative stress. Like, oh yeah, like you need a tool to make it easier, like less stress. You need less stress and work less hard because learning is stressful, as in it's undesirably stressful. Learning is a drug for me. Doing the same thing over and over again and following people's advice and being told what to do, that is negative stress for me. And I save that for the workplace. So when I go to work and I have to be a professional about things and have a boss, I will do that. Learning is not one of those places that I need that stress. Being told how to learn is different in a workplace than it is for a hobby. So language learning is not a job for me. It's a hobby. So whatever amount of extra work I have to do, however long it is, I enjoy doing it, right? So it's very different. I think the mentality does not resonate with so many people who's offering advice. They don't like learning. They want to reduce the amount of time that they're learning, in my opinion. They could say like, oh yeah, but I like language learning. It's like, then why are you spending all this time telling people to reduce the amount of stress that comes from language learning? There's positive and negative stress. If I have to work harder to learn Japanese, then I'll work harder to learn Japanese using inefficient tools. It's not stress. It's not negative to me. It's not detrimental to me. Whenever you strive to do efficiency and stuff, you're trying to reduce negative stress. Does Duolingo make things harder for me? Probably. But does making things harder for me, is that bad? Well, it's not in terms of a hobby, because I don't have to do it. It's bad when I'm working, as in I'm doing something that I have to do and I don't want to do. Then I definitely want to find the most efficient way to do it. You find Duolingo to be fun mostly because of the leaderboard? Well, yeah, there you go. Right? That's how. Isn't it interesting? And I hope that the leaderboard doesn't become a place of negativity, right? And it does happen with gamification. Leaderboard is one of the gamifications, so hopefully you continue to have fun with the leaderboard. I do have to tell you, or like things that I observe is like once you get to like a certain point in the leaderboard, it's like, oh, there's I kind of would love it there to be more, right? So there is a cap to it. I had a fun time with the leaderboard. I still do. I like looking at the leaderboard, actually. It's kind of like you know, when you're watching tennis, like and instead of like literally watching tennis back to back religiously, I like looking at leaderboards of all the like sports and stuff. I don't know if you have the same inclination, but I don't even have to be a participant to be interested in leaderboards. Like I like looking at disc golf, like the professional disc golf organizations leaderboards and stuff, and I don't compete in it. Like it's just interesting to look at stats roll back and forth. Or simulations. I love simulations. So like lots of games use simulations, and you just watch yourself like on your own closed system, and you watch your, I don't know, your design go up the leaderboard, but these are all synthetic markers. So like the developers created synthetic markers for the simulation, and as a player you're supposed to learn enough to optimize to climb these synthetic benchmarks. That's pretty fun too. Like tycoon games, right? Factory oriented games, circuit building, that kind of thing is very, very addictive to me. Deck building is a looser application of that type of mentality. Like you're optimizing a deck, you're optimizing archetypes, and then you're looking at the interactions of the deck. So you're constantly like quote unquote optimizing, but you're optimizing in a discovery manner, like a learning manner, right? And then the developers put synthetic benchmarks for you to clear, like maybe beat the boss, do a certain amount of damage, create a specific effect, combination of effects, right? Cross a specific threshold. And that's kind of also the same design language in roguelike games. Like roguelike games of various genre. Roguelike deck builders are a great example of that. Or you can have roguelike action games. And I actually am looking forward to 2 that are coming. Hades 2 is in early access now. So at some point at the end of near the end of the year is when they say they're gonna be out of early access, so I'm probably gonna buy that to support the project this July. I usually buy games in July and then hope to play that. That's an action roguelike game. And Slay the Spire 2 is some TBA, but it was announced, so I'm looking forward to bootstrapping, testing out stuff, and they probably have some sort of leaderboard system as well, just to see what other people are doing. Kind of fantastic. Okay, where are we going? Are we going to Himor? Yeah, we're going to Himaria. Let's go over here. Okay. The leaderboard, quote unquote, the leaderboard in Neverwinter Online nowadays is more like, how long have you played? To be real, like if someone is if someone's confused, like, oh yeah, I've played this. Do you remember those times? You remember? It's kind of like life. I feel like when you sit around a coffee table, right? You sit around a coffee table, with some strangers. The first thing, honestly, I remember. Okay. Let's back up. Let's preface a little. I hear a lot of times when one of the major things that are facing people, at least the younger generation these days, is the idea to be able to initiate conversation and then maintain conversation in like a random group or a stranger or interview or what have you, right? So for me, I just think like, man, just ask something about the person's life and then listen. I say that like it's very simple, but then you have like anxiety, soul crushing anxiety and all that. Yeah, it's because it's largely due to under practice. Some people may say like, but you know, I'm introverted and whatnot. It's like, well, I can tell you now that some of the most high functioning people who are public speakers are individuals who thrive on public interactions. It's due to the nature of practicing. I can't convince anyone to believe me that I was a nervous train wreck who had a lot of social anxiety when he was younger and could barely hold a conversation and prefer to sit there and listen. And now I don't. And every time these like types of conversations come up, my thought was like, man, it's been a very long time since I felt like I can't walk into a room and spark up a conversation with anyone. And that is a leaderboard in my life. When if you wanted to do a fun little exercise, it would be like meeting with two strangers, go to a meet and see how many different people you talk about, and if you can name one detail with everyone you met. That would be a fun leaderboard, social experiment to try out. Yeah, sparking conversations. It's been a while since I felt that I have nothing to say or feel any sort of apprehension regarding the maintenance of conversation with people. And I don't think that's a weird flex considering how long I've spent practicing doing that. Some people are naturally charismatic, right? That's awesome. I can tell you that public conversations, discussions and stuff, it's incredibly exhausting. However, it's a great stress. But I can't do it like someone who naturally gains more energy from public conversation. And you can too. That's kind of, I tell people like, you can do the same as well. Trust in your, you know, this sounds like anime at this point. Like, believe in yourself, or believe that I believe in you. You can do this. How's this relevant to the whole Japanese thing? You're going to need the skills of communication and ability to spark up conversation and maintain conversation in order to supplement your proficiency in communicating in a different language. So it's kind of this is a kind of a deep cut, but the step that a lot of individuals are avoidant in, right? The step that they kind of tiptoe around in terms of finding language proficiency in different languages is the step that I look most forward to. The idea that I will use my unnatural Japanese to talk to natural Japanese speakers, and they will have the opportunity to teach me how to sound more natural. It's actually one of my favorite forms of learning. So the things I do in Duolingo and everything else now are actually the most deficient forms, the forms that some people are still having trouble understanding why I do those things very long. But I can tell you now that There's no amount of, I don't have any insecurities about using my unnatural Japanese from Duolingo to learn natural Japanese in the future and to bumble around with pronunciation, mispronunciation, because I can talk to people. It's not the scariest part of understanding and learning. Interacting with people is often the scariest part for most people, because the internet provides all the information. So why talk to other people and learn from other people if you can learn everything yourself without ever interacting with someone? Right? That is the social norm. It's not a bad or a good thing. You can definitely still learn everything on your own. But the one thing is, there's a difference between someone who looks forward to learning from another person as the social norm versus always relying on yourself because the internet has all the information. So many people, it's like, oh yeah, but you need to speed up the process of, you know, getting a teacher or an agent. It's like, I look forward to that whenever it happens. It's fine. It's like, but if you don't do it now, you're gonna struggle later. It's like, nah. That's like the reward at the end of the tunnel. My friends, like that is the best part of learning a different language. There's no insecurity. There's no embarrassment. I'm not afraid of embarrassment. Actually, that's the best part, in my opinion, about interacting with humans. Humans remember that you're genuine. Humans know you're fallible. Only you can make yourself feel like you need to be a perfectionist. So that's kind of one of the deep cuts here. The reward at the end of the tunnel, it's usually the most dreaded part. That is kind of different from video games, is to speak. Language learning is definitely a departure from video games when it comes to what is the most analogous thing about video games that is associated with the final stages of language learning. Competitive gameplay. The moment you have to interact with another person, like PvP, right? At the zenith of video games, you have to interact with another human being. What is the most ambivalent source of insecurity, negativity, and pressure to quit? It's interacting with another human being. I didn't grow up in the digital age. I grew up in the age where you have to interact with other people to promote credibility in learning. So the reward for all your hard work, self-study, and being prepared is the reward to be able to interact with other people. So that's actually what I look forward to. I feel like there's this shield that has been built around people where, oh yeah, you have to get it right so that you can interact with someone. Like, that's not how that works, in my opinion. In the world of learning, you are going to, no matter how much you do, you will be ill prepared to interact with another person. You are not telepathic. You cannot possibly understand the unfathomable multiplicity of human behavior. So being concerned and trying to be overly concerned about being prepared not to sound weird, not to make mistakes, to be perfect in self-study beforehand, you don't practice human relations. The longer you keep trying to optimize your self-learning, the less time and more insecurities you build about interacting with other people. What am I doing right now when I'm learning Duolingo? I'm interacting with people literally at the same time. And it doesn't take away from the experience. It's actually my favorite part about the experience. So yeah, when you get really used to relying on yourself, your communication skills, your problem solving skills, and your critical thinking skills fall by the wayside. Because when you're studying by yourself, when you're doing everything by yourself, you are not encountering problems that you don't know. You are not encountering things that you have to critically think about that is not within the scope of your interest. And for language learning, you are not participating in things other people encounter. So when everything goes right, and ideally in your own world, then you are ill prepared to interact with other people. It happens the same with a monocultural thing. You know, when someone comes in and speaks English to a Japanese clerk, there's going to be some ambivalence and insecurity with that Japanese clerk in Japan, right? The bubble is wide, and being able to tackle and manage these stressors comes from experience. Knowledge does not negate. It can soften the blow of insecurity, but it cannot remove the emotional impact of interacting with another human being. You know, talking about unnatural Japanese here, something I've been thinking about. Have you ever been around 2 or 5 years? Oh, they always speak unnaturally. Everyone always goes through an unnatural. Yes. Yeah. I mean, think about how we speak to children. Or think about how... Let's not even talk about language. Think about all the skills. Right? How do you think a professor teaches a college student? Right? You're a freshman. Say you enter... We're not going to even use college because not everyone went to college. Wait, the first year of high school, what do you think you sound like to a upperclassman? Right? When an advisor gets new students in their school, how do you think they sound? Even without discussing like language in general, you will sound unnatural even in your natural language, or like your common language, because you can't express yourself yet in the situation. So you will say things even with full comprehension of a language. Now the language, yes, it is a slightly different because the language itself is the unnatural thing. But it's very, ironically, with a lack of a better phrasing, it's a very natural process to be unnatural at the thing you're learning. How you go about managing that is the ultimate, in my opinion, one of the process-oriented mindsets that you must maintain in order to become comfortable. I won't use the word natural, but be comfortable with your skill proficiency. Put on a pair of rollerblades and go rollerblading right now. If you haven't skated before, you will look unnatural, right? But if I was standing there, I can see that you're learning. So it's not to provide stigma that you're unnatural. It's like, well, you're learning. What more would you expect? The problem here is if the expert, the person who's competent, lose sight of that, they become almost discouraging, but not in a malicious way. Like, it's unintentional. Like, for example, when you reach a path of enlightenment, I actually done a lot of disservice to Dunning-Kruger, the Dunning-Kruger effect, but there's more to the Dunning-Kruger effect. There's a point where you enter like despair. Basically, you feel like there's so much about the thing you love that you can't possibly comprehend it all. But then there will be a point where you reach enlightenment, where you accept, the valley of despair, right? I usually don't extend past the valley of despair because I haven't done a skill where I reach true enlightenment of that valley. But eventually, when you get enlightenment, you accept what you don't know, what you can't know, but you also find out how to best navigate all of that. You accept what you don't know while continuously pursuing more knowledge. And that's kind of the idea here, right? However, the graph that I drew yesterday about emotional intelligence, the more enlightened you become does not guarantee that you are more emotionally intelligent to the people who are in the hill of stupid, right? The hill of incompetence. Actually, the more enlightened you become, the farther away you'll be able to empathize with the person. So an enlightened person might not necessarily be empathetic. But that's kind of the other side of things that I tend to emphasize. It's hard to stay tethered to that. But an enlightened person should at least attempt to. I would say enlightened people who exit out of the valley of despair has the opportunity or the obligation to try to stay emotionally around where people who are learning, which is like the hill dipping into the valley of despair. So the graph that I drew, the bell curve thing, I think there's a peak when empathy is great, when you're learning, but you also feel a little overconfident, but you're definitely getting aware of what you don't know. So right before the valley and dipping away from incompetence, right? That particular part is the height of empathy. And if you can hold on to that thought as you're becoming enlightened, then you can be helpful in a teaching way, right? It's the combination of being nurturing, and it's a balance between being able to be nurturing and objective, like a balance between them. But enlightened folks, when you start asking an expert, you have to come to some expectations. They won't mince words. Like there's this thing that I saw on a little clip on the Dunning-Kruger effect. There's trust me, bro. It's complicated. It's very hard. Keep at it. And then there's trust me, bro. I know everything. That trust me, bro, is very hard. I'm trying to not say it's easy. That kind of thing. That is a path of enlightenment. But that also means that you're trying to express that it's very difficult to explain the valley of despair that's ahead of you, but also to be as empathetic as possible to say there are a lot of things you won't know as you're pursuing language learning, for example, learning Japanese, but it's okay to not know things. You will have to come to understand that in order to actually be enlightened in a field, right? And that's kind of, I didn't go into that, but it's very cathartic knowing that when you see someone who's maybe, quote, very good at something, they can also tell you that I don't know a lot of things. I've been doing this for 20 years and I still am brilliantly surprised by the things I discover about it. And that's what I want to illustrate. I still play Neverwinter and stream Neverwinter to this day because it's new every 3 months. There's something new every 3 months, regardless of my legacy, regardless of what I'm doing that is foundationally maybe intricate, but I can't empathize with someone who's learning that. One thing I can definitely communicate, if you're like a skilled, enthusiastic person who've gone through the valley of despair, is to demonstrate that you yourself do not know everything about something you spent almost your entire life doing, and it is okay, because that is the very reason you continue to love doing the thing you're doing. That's necessary to have a lifelong relationship with proficiency and motivation with something you really, really, truly love. And if it's a job, that's fair too, right? So I love science, even though it crushed me under the valley of despair. So I continue to use it to this day, the things I've learned in my PhD. And that, in my opinion, encapsulates the difference between a person who's enlightened by their specialty versus a person who is still yet to understand the valley of despair in their understanding of a skill that requires a lifetime investment. I think it's this whole like idea of quick results and hustle and stuff is a product of the internet. It's the product of the hustle culture of the internet. It has warped a lot of things, the perspective on developing skills for a lifetime due to passionate maintenance versus developing a skill temporarily only to be discarded for accolades. Right? I beat this game. It's no longer an important part of my life anymore. Let's move on. I beat this. I saw this movie. It's no longer important to me. Let's move on. So it's doing the very thing that high school kids, in my opinion, the less successful high school kids, the less successful college kids do. They learn something and discard it. They learn something and discard it. Your time is a waste of time when you discard your experience. If you bring your experience creatively in any way, then the value of that past event will continue to be a part of your present event. Record it, write stories about it, read something, go revisit it every once in a while. That breeds infinitely more value than people who keep saying, I've done this, I'm moving on now. I've done this, I'm moving on now. There's no value left in those things. And I think the way the internet has been doing it recently makes it so that the social norm is you put a notch on your belt and you forget about any meaning what that notch is for. The most you get maybe is nostalgia. Nostalgia is not transferable value. It is reliving in the past. Nostalgia can make you relax and warm feeling for sure. It has very little pragmatic value nor psychological sentimental value outside of it being a reminder. Nostalgia is non-transformative. It is immutable. And even then, that's not how your memory works. Even nostalgia is susceptible to the fluidity of your memory. The way you remember it now is different from the way you actually remember it 3 days ago, 10 days ago. It's very dependent on your experience. So accepting that nostalgia is something you want to keep the same is also very counterintuitive. Unless you have a eidetic memory or an emotionally eidetic memory. There are very rare human beings in this world who have eidetic emotional or semantic knowledge. I'm not one of them. So if you ever meet someone like that, you've encountered someone like the 0.01%. So for most humans, what I'm saying is pretty accurate, at least sometimes. There's some food for thought, right? Food for thought. There's a very, very distinct difference between someone who's mediocre at a skill but continue to sound enlightened versus someone who is very good at a skill and have no emotional awareness or philosophical or psychological awareness of the meaning of what they're doing, right? Someone can be incredibly talented and still be miserable and lacking meaning in their life. Which is, hopefully you hope for that person through their experience, they get to reach a plane of enlightenment that provides their life with meaning and substance and satisfaction, not the things dictated to them that should have value. It can help. It can definitely help guide you. It's, in the end, it's the eye of the beholder, right? Fun things. Sorry, I got a little too carried away with that one. Maybe a little bit. I talk about it a lot. Now, let's see if I missed in any opportunities during that. No, I didn't miss any opportunities. Oh, maybe one. I'm basically waiting for LFG, by the way. This is where I tried to squeeze in a dungeon run, and the chat box is where I am if you're not familiar with Neverwinter, but the chat box is where my cam is for courtesy. And I'm basically just waiting for someone to say, like, look, LFG, a tank or a healer for the current dungeon in this module. I take this time to ruminate, since I'm technically not actively learning anything, like, from the game itself. It's upkeep. You have to do it in order to progress. So I take the time to talk about things that are in my head. I'm also I've been rattling Japanese terms in my head because I'm trying to prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow is my review from memory, and I'm trying very hard to remember all of section 3, unit 1, all the way to unit 15. I think that's approximately, so you get about approximately 25 elements every unit. So if there's 15 units, oh wait, just kidding, that's slashed in half now because of the unit restructure. So you basically multiply an average of 10. We'll say 15 on average. By the time you get to section 3, you can probably remember 15 things, or like notice 15 things. So if we have 15 units, then there are 125 things I need to remember. A combination of grammar points, vocabulary. Yeah, grammar points and vocabulary. So 125 things, which is very not too bad. 125 things is not. So if I can come up with past 125 things tomorrow in the review from memory, then that's above average. It's good to go. I'll give it another like 10 minutes to see if I can pick up a dungeon run. If I can't pick up a dungeon run, then we're gonna move to Duolingo and continue my half-day review, just to squeeze in some more review time for tomorrow. Tomorrow's session is gonna be, it's looking to be like 8 hours. I'll spend like 2 hours for some stuff, 2 hours for writing, maybe 2.5 hours for grammar points, because that's a new thing that I'm doing. I try to do a new thing every single time. So the grammar section is gonna be 2 to 3 hours, and then we'll probably spend like 2 hours on recall, and maybe end with a lightning round, some like thoughts that came up, maybe video comments or something. Probably around 8 hours tomorrow. Gotta prepare. Still haven't finished preparing. Nope, doesn't look like we're gonna get any. It kind of looks like no people interested. There aren't any people interested. Maybe we'll squeeze in a random queue. End the day. Looking for 3 more. Bale hardcore ×6. Fast runs for AD and companion upgrade token. I didn't realize you could do that. Interesting. Nope. Yeah, it looks like people are already moving on. Yeah, this is I feel Cryptic / Dika really need to reevaluate how long they're requiring these currencies and benchmarks, because man, I think the bootstrapping required, the number of runs required, interest moves even beyond that already. So like half of this content is not even, half of this gear is not even relevant because of loss in interest. It's too long. It takes too long. Like I have to wait 2 more weeks to even gain access to this, which by then it's irrelevant. This is irrelevant. I guess you can make an argument if someone comes back to play this content, they could use this as a stepping stone, but then that becomes irrelevant because they matriculate past this by themselves, kind of like shooting themselves in the foot for the time they invested. And how much currency do I have of the other thing for completing? Let's see. How many currency? I have 60. So 60, I need to do 4 more runs to even get the offhand or the main hand just from completing it. And I'm already even beyond that, honestly. Oh, there, Retty. Oh, we'll give it, so the local time right now is 6:12 p.m. I will give it till 6:30 to see if someone LFGs a run. What else can we talk about while we're here? Let's see. Or maybe like, nope. Okay. What am I trying to run? Oh, we're just looking for a random group for the Advanced Imperial Citadel. It has to be a random group though. And I have something else to do today. So this is the period of time where I sit here and see if anyone wants to make a random group, and that's about it. It's not really necessary. I just give it some time. What else can I say? Let's see. I think the bands are okay. You can still do like the first boss clear, like a first boss run in Master. Doing like first boss farm of Master Imperial Citadel is, yeah, that's a hard sell. I think at this point still default to Demon's Web Pit for first boss farm. The distance is manageable and you're less likely to get bopped. Yeah, it looks like we are out of luck today, so I guess I might as well just nope, out of luck today. I thought we could do an RTQ before the end, before we switch gears. Got 16 minutes left. Anyone? The last person that asked for something that I missed was 3 minutes ago. So maybe if I was paying attention, well, it was only one. Yeah. Come on, folks. We need some brave volunteers. Looking for heals for Master Demon's Web Pit. Wrong module. Or not really wrong module. Not what we're looking for at the moment. I guess we can just do an RTQ. I see that roll bonus pop up. That means this is gonna instantly pop when I hit join. So I'll just do this. Meanwhile, perhaps after this, It won't take more than 10 minutes, right? Or like 15 minutes. See if some brave soul wants to pug up a advanced Imperial Citadel. You don't really like the Imperial Citadel that much? Can you elaborate? What is it about that you don't like it? Advanced defense of the Moon Dancer is pretty fun. Oh, you returned from quite a long break? I see. Oh, you're just getting into those? Oh boy. No, sorry. I'm talking about the Demon's Web Pit thing. Just the the first boss. Yeah. When that my comment about well, you know how first boss farms, right? If you're doing at some point, I'm sure you're gonna, from a long break, you're gonna do like first boss farms for like specific things, like Master's Demon's Web Pit. When you do first boss farm, is kind of nice, as a surrogate. But yeah, that first boss is it's interesting, it's different, but not for everyone. And if you were doing like first boss farm or like Masters, right? Masters first boss farm, probably wouldn't pick the Imperial Citadel as what most people would be like, hot dog, let's go and do first boss farm of Master Imperial Citadel, as opposed to like this one. Because look at it, it's around the corner, right? And you can skip this mob. Here's the first boss. And most of the stuff here is comparable. It's comparable. So if you're like doing first boss farm in order to like complete a Masters later, Demon's Web Pit, just around the corner. Yep. Although you have to admit, the Moon Dancer thing is kind of a cluster too. Only you have a lot more members, so it's kind of like a brawl. So that was their thing. Like, that's the thing that they said they were doing for the last two modules. A more spin on like mob clustering. At least you know the mechanics without thinking about it. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure you'll feel at home eventually with Imperial Citadel too. Welcome back, by the way. Overall, do you feel like your long break is it positive? Like, do you like it? Yeah, do you like it overall from your long break? How long has it been? I play this game daily, like 30 minutes to an hour for like the last 10 years. So 7 months. Okay, 7 to 10 months. Nice. And you're having fun? Excellent. I don't know if you know, but there might be a lot of changes coming in the future, possibly. I don't know at the moment, but there's a change in organization in this game. So like the developers, Cryptic, the people that have been maintaining it, they're being integrated into another group because of like upper management and stuff. So it'll be interesting. This recent module, I think, might be the last module that was under whatever the group was left of Cryptic, and now there's gonna be like mixed groups from 2 different dev groups. So it'll be interesting if they swap it up, the building philosophy again. So we'll see. Yeah, I like when things get swapped up. Yeah, I'm no stranger to wanting my games to constantly be trying new things, in my opinion. But that, you know, some people might not might not enjoy that as legacy players, you know. Because you mentioned the whole like comfy thing, right? Being comfy. My comment here is maybe it's all right if you're not comfy now, because they might start doing things that you would we would all get comfy again together. We'll all go back to trying to get comfy again, right? Yeah, they really try to go away for the Spelljammer. They really try to do the whole chaos and lots of ads, like lots of things on screen kind of theme. Yeah, either lots of mechanics, like mechanics back and front, or doing lots and lots of ad phases, tons and tons of ad phases. I'm just trying to focus getting CW and Bar to endgame. Those are solid choices. You want to do all the endgame stuff? Well, I hope you get to do, I hope your the game continues to be an enjoyable experience until then, right? So that you're able to experience the endgame stuff. You just made a bar when you return? Oh, that's interesting. Some weird addiction. That's good. Genuine interest, if I've ever heard any. My three, I'm waiting on my paladin because largely I'm trying to fill healing or tanking, but barbarian is my most played. I played the 3 tanks. That's pretty much all I've relegated to doing most of the time. So I play all 3 tanks. And then my only healer flex is Oathkeeper by coincidence. Or by coincidence, by convenience. Largely I don't pay and give. So you will probably not see me pay and give. Unless somehow everyone wanted to be tanks and healers, then maybe. Nothing like a guy dying in the middle of fireballs by taking a beam to the face. You wanna play CW because its progress is furthest, but I really like Barb and Paladin. Justicarring, yeah, fair enough. Justicarring is definitely the Swiss Army knife, in my opinion. Even at the moment, or pretty much consistently, the Swiss Army knife. Yep. I wouldn't try to pick up that guy, my friends. Wow, how did that guy not die from... Did you see that? That guy not die. Throw him backwards trying to revive player, yeah. I'm reading comment. Yeah, these two, I think 1 or 2 of the guys are new. It's pretty clear, obviously 2 of them are new to this. That's why they're getting caught off guard. And then there's a few guys the one guy is telling the other guys like don't get hit by these beams and stuff. But obviously I'm very familiar with this game, so usually I have time to You don't really, it's not too much for healing. But changing to tank costs so much AD. Trying to get more epic enchantments for Hero's Path and cult. Yeah, Hero's Path. It's pretty clear to you. Second boss, not so much. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the second boss, because they have like there's some randomness. What is this guy saying? Roar wow blade spin. I don't know what language that is, but I have no idea what that language is. Roar w wow blade spin. Glitching, gonna reconnect, just a sec. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening to the guys. I queue randomly all the time. I'm like a pugger. I pug and solo queue because that's what keeps things fresh for me. Yeah. There's really little, yeah, seeing all kinds of players. Yeah, there's really little for me. Like, yeah, if you get gear and stuff, that's fine, but it's not. I wouldn't be playing this game for the gear. Trust. Do not focus on things that are tenuous. I think the players are why you're playing a multiplayer game, right? So I like to like play stories with my head. Like, what do you think this player is doing? What do you think this player is thinking? For Demon's Web Pit, I think you can get away with playing with one hand. For healing, you can get away with playing with one hand as long as you center your cursor properly. The amount of cursor I have now, it's about at 25. As long as I can predict well enough, situate myself. Same with CW Kappa. Yeah, for this part it's fine. You just have to make sure there's a specific distance in front of you. Pretty colors. Oh, someone's definitely new here. I like it. You get new players all that. Oh, okay. I don't. Okay. Monka? There's like battles in 6 different fronts. And there are only three players, but it feels like there are 6 separate engagements going on at the same time. All right, guys, wait. Why are you guys going back? I think there might be one person. I think there's a chance only one of the people know where they're going. Yeah, just one. It's definitely not the tank, obviously. It's definitely not the tank. And then it's not the person that's following the tank as well. I love seeing clueless player explore a dungeon. It's a work of art, indeed. Like, there's an art form to exploring, right? People have their ways of exploring. It's practically an art. Like, what do you do when you have no idea what's going on? Art. Take a chance. Okay. I think it's great, but you know, when you're the first stuff, when you're doing like the super endgame stuff, whenever you are the first stuff and you get into an endgame stuff, everyone already knows even before they do the stuff, right? They don't like going in uninformed. So most of them probably already preview sharded most of the things and whatnot. So when you go in, it's like business as usual. where like you don't even see legacy players get lost in content when if you weren't part of the preview shard things. I don't do preview shard things anymore, but you don't even get that experience when you're playing with legacy players, because legacy players have a lot of checks and balances that prevent them from doing the aimless wandering or going backwards and getting turned around and stuff. All right. This one, I think the one mechanic, this one that's unexplained is what is the minimum distance to prevent the boss from hopping to you during the non big guy phase, non-demon phase. So like, I've got this guy's name. Oh yeah, it's Grump. Like you have to stay about this distance so that so that he doesn't jump to you. Oh, see that. And that can disorient people. Like it can confuse first time tanks too. It's not an aggro loss, it's just a leap. And this is from the clock tower. This is a mechanic from the clock tower actually. So the very first dungeon, you know, over 10 years ago, it's a clock tower mechanic where if you're too far away, they leap to a random target. Yeah, you have to stay close enough but not get swiped by that. Which that is I think that was in Cragmire as well. It was great. I was there for the launch of this game. It was pretty dang. They were on cloud 9 back then. And then Tiamat happened. It's kind of unfortunate. I mean, they survived Tiamat, but man, at the early days, it was insane how long people stayed on this game. This used to be a social hub. Like the players I were with, we logged in just to chat, like sit there and talk about, hey yo, how was your day? Like, yeah, work was all right. Like, what'd you do today? Like, it was like a coffee table thing. It's like, wait, hold up, I gotta go get my coffee. And you just pull up a coffee and you sit there and you do like Foundry stuff and whatnot. Man, this game was totally different in terms of the social aspect. People legitimately just sat in here. It was kind of like World of Warcraft when before I played World of Warcraft. People logged in to keep their avatar active, right? So that it's like a chatting platform. Nowadays, obviously, social media is like Discords and stuff is preferable. You don't necessarily have to keep a active avatar in a game. But these Neverwinter was close to that time when MMORPGs are a social platform as well. They were becoming social platforms, and then social media happened. You can't heal one shots, obviously. Someone is bugging out. That guy is bugging out. So that's why that dude is standing still, by the way. They don't or maybe they're getting food because they're talking about seafood pizza. I have no idea what's going on. One of them talked about seafood pizza. Probably that guy over there. That's probably getting pizza right now. Yeah, Orcas most definitely will smash that one guy one hit. Okay. Well, we'll just make sure to keep him alive while this is happening. Okay. Everything's fine. I think our tank might be lagging as well. Oh no, he might have just been stunned. Nope, our tank is gone. Okay, now it's not fine anymore. We can't. The tank just left because the other guy is basically AFK. I guess maybe we can find another person. We'll see. Hang on. Yeah, pull this up. Wait, you can't even request reinforcements in the middle of this? What's going on here? That guy is pretty beefy though. Random queues. This is what happens when you solo queue. Pretty colors. Grump could have trapped the queen if we didn't get here in a conflict of same interest. Conflict of same interest. That's called a conflict of interest. Or not a conflict of interest. That's called having the same interest. I think we're okay for completing this boss, so it's not that. And then someone said, oh, seafood pizza. Oh, who's that? I have no idea what these guys are talking about even. I don't even know who they're talking to. Amazon delivery and a dumb roof window gutter serve guy for free. Never mind. Oh, okay. So that guy was answering the door or something. He's that the ranger is back. I don't know. They had something to do. They had to go check the door or something. I don't know. This boss is fine. There's no tank buster for this boss. So regardless if there's a tank or not. And there's no tank queuing up. So this might be a bust. Unfortunate, but it happens. I imagine the tank guy was like, nah, I'm done with this. That was the way the tank left is not a DC. It's an abandon. So we know for sure the guy left intentionally. The question is, are they gonna hit hard enough? Okay, sure. Sure. This is also probably why I would oath keep as opposed to a like, yeah, the last boss will be kind of tough for them. If they stand in the poison, there's nothing much I can do. It's not like divinity is endless. Like my divinity recovery is not good enough for three people to stand in poison. What do you know? Bailers still fall over even in this realm. Oh, it looks like someone knows about D&D though. Yeah, Avernus. They're talking about being able to knock down the mobs. Oh hey, we found a tank. Nice. It's another paladin. Another Justicar. Who would have thought? Guys, I need you to hit harder, please. Played it for years, then took off and returned like 2022. I see. I think the world would go without social media and all technology for 1 year, then society would probably change for the best. It would definitely change, for sure. It would definitely change. Although, without social media, there will be other social platforms, right? I think social media, the social media you're referring to would be in a different state. It would be a different type of social media. Like back in the days, it would be drinking at bars, for example. So the question is, it is definitely going to be different, but wishing something or thinking something away is a multifaceted question that has unpredictable consequences. However, we could rewind the time and think about the absence of social media before social media. How did people interact? Well, if the current maybe the current generation would be more practiced in non-social anxiety situations, like be more practiced in socializing situations that doesn't promote distant social anxiety. For example, I address social anxiety a lot because of the understanding the nature of impact on social media and communication skills, like person-to-person communication skills. It's not to say that social anxiety disappeared or wasn't there before social media, right? It was definitely very felt. However, instead, it's obligatory, well, for the most part, prior to social media, the way people interact. It would be interesting how it would develop without social media. Would bars still become a central hub for interaction, conventions? If social media wasn't here, how would they have adapted to COVID, for example? Lots of hypothetical situations here. I think COVID would present a very different obstacle without social media for COVID. We might still there might be less panic, right? But at the same time, less awareness of COVID. It's very a multifaceted question when you remove something very influential, right? It would be a little bit different if it was something that is very niche and has very compartmentalized impact. We must not forget that most of our funding, technology, all the conveniences that you have, right? Language learning, right, Gabriel? We talk about language learning a lot. Language learning apps, all those are a product of social media. They are heavily influenced by the existence of social media. So the things you love would not exist. You would not be aware of Hanzi and a lot of things unless you somehow uprooted your life and entered a country that would not be bridged without social media and technology. So imagine a life without having awareness of things around you unless you're privileged enough to be in those presence. Those are a lot of things that come with consequences of social media and technology. You and I would not have met. We wouldn't be able to talk about Chinese the way we talk about now. Plenty of things. I might not be as enlightened as I am now. Maybe I wouldn't be able to make such observations. I would have to become a sociologist or access to some government clearance in order to have access to data that allows me to make observations about human behavior, as opposed to freely available candid behavior, right? The idea of social media provides candid observations. You can make candid observations about people's behavior regarding their public image and what they do and behave. At least a lens into it. Not the complete picture, obviously, but definitely freely accessible. Then trying to operate on consciousness. We would be in a world once again with highly unpredictable, possibly even fearful xenophobia. It's part of the natural human condition. Fear of the unknown. For better or for worse. All the things I talk about in language learning, like the things I notice, are also consequences as well. Like, oh, you have to learn a certain way. This is the best way. That's also a consequence of social media and technology. So I'm willing to take that for the increased information that people have access to, probably. In another 5 or 10 years, I imagine it'll look a bit more normalized, like balanced. You know, you're gonna have pushback, you're gonna have normalization, there's gonna be some tweaking and refinements. The internet is still very young in the long history of humanity. Yeah, almost thrown off the path in the hole. This person's living it up. I think this person really likes this. I feel like that person definitely knows some D&D trivia. All right. This might be a little tough for me, actually. So if they stand, so there's a thing about this boss, right? Not everyone can see the purple haze, but the other mechanics are fine. But not everyone can see the purple poison cloud. And without being able to see the poison purple cloud, that's where the killer will get gimped really hard. So we'll see if we get lucky. And the purple toxic cloud, they don't just sit in it. Even on normal, there's not enough divinity to cover a proportionally less durability on the players, because you're like, I can't heal this, for example. Like, if they die to these things, I can't do anything about that. You can't stop them from getting gibbed here. I can't stop that spider from eating my face too. Okay, so we're just gonna stand on top of this guy here. Nope. That guy is horrendously weak. Yep, and I can't stop these either. The ranger is new, and the ranger is not new. The Ander might not be new. The tank is new. And the tank is not using a... I can't save this guy either, even when I stand. Well, oh, okay. Okay, the bard knows. The bard knows. And yep, see, I can't stop the spider from eating my face and then preventing me from moving. And this guy doesn't block at all. He's not that. The tank is not that durable. You have to block that. It's very, very advisable. Oh well, they blocked something, and I'm pretty sure that guy is running around with divine touch. I just saw the paladin use divine touch. Yeah, that ranger knows what's going on. But yeah, that tank is pretty boned. Yeah, that tank is pretty boned. They're using their divinity to heal themselves, but they need more mitigation. There are two guys that know this this boss. The tank is not one of them. It's fine though. I think this guy can dodge tank the entire time. I think. Oh no. Too close. That's full tracking. I got interrupted by a spider again. Okay. I'm trying to A-tick or M-tick. I usually do advance because if you can't find advanced groups, you can't find master groups. The default is advanced. Not both. It's not there's not I don't have enough time to do masters. It would have to be pre-planned with people I know. Oh, right now they're quite a bit searching for both. That's cool. In a sec. I have to complete this first, right? At the time I was waiting. At the time I was waiting, there wasn't anyone for random bugs. Okay. That guy is explaining everything. The ranger is actually literally typing everything while they're playing. Pretty good. Impressive. I like it. Okay. Vertimus is explaining everything in real time. Does that still work? Oh yeah, that does work. Huh. In probably only works in normal, right? Picking the mob off. I think I don't know if they're ready for the purple, the invisible purple toxic cloud. I saw some other people's feeds sometimes. You can't see, not everyone can see it. And it's not because they are not paying attention. It's not visible. You have to like know what the area looks like. When you see the animation, you have to know how far it is or where it is. Because if they stay in it, I can't stop them from dying. Okay. There's the haze, right? Yeah, like you know, it's invisible. Now it's visible. You see the purple stuff. Most players will take like 20 ticks of that before even seeing purple, and then they just stand in it because they didn't think it was hurting them. And then pretty much that's like all the divinity. And the person that is the bard is dodge tanking right now because the tank is unable to what do you do? Okay. all right, sure. This is the part I hope that they're not standing in it, but they are. And there's no way I can heal through that. And then I can't heal through this anymore. It's impressive though. They're doing it. They're doing it. Tap dancing. Get on top. Can I get a friend, please? Oh, okay. It only takes 2 to divide it pretty well. It's fine. You silly goober. Keep on tap dancing. Oh, please don't stand there. Get out. The good news is, one of the good news about this is, since the guy is tap dancing around, most people are constantly moving. If they don't continue moving just out of habit, they're going to die anyways. They're gonna get one shot, and I can't do anything about that. And now I need at least one other person to... Okay, we're gonna take this guy as the healing target here. Yeah, because we need to stop him from dying. Oh yeah, take care. Red T. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck with everything. All right, we're good. One plus one equals 2, right? Oh, I stream tomorrow, but I usually I only play Neverwinter on Mondays, on reset days. I'm usually learning Japanese with Duolingo. So if you want to chill with that, then that's something. Otherwise, maybe next week. Yeah, maybe next week if you want to talk about Neverwinter. You love everything about Japanese? Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you then. Have a good one. All right, we did it. That's one way to do it. Wait, does this thing give me... I mean, I'm not gonna do Demon's Web Pit, right? Does this thing give me currency? Might as well just open for some extra AD. Yeah, sure. Oh, I mean, I'll take that. All right, we're switching gears now. That was barely entertaining. Anyone want to try and advance? No, we're good. We need to get back to studying. Oh yeah, there's a ton of people now. There's a ton of people looking. Yeah, exactly what Reti said. There's a ton of people looking for the run. Of course. All right, well that's a wrap. There you go. That's what it still feels like when you're solo queuing. You get all sorts of walk of life. But I actually like Hats off to Cryptic or Dika. I hope they continue to maintain dungeons like that, or in my opinion, because you know you have mixed bags, right? There are a lot of things that those dungeons still serve experience for, right? You can clearly see that the tank was very confused, and then someone is explaining it in the middle of the dungeon, and then lots of jankiness or lots of proficiency here and there. I think that's more fun or more entertaining, in my opinion, than business as usual. Adapt, right? All right, folks, there you have it. Wrapped up week 6. It's okay, pretty normal. Anything past milestone 4, bootstrap. So the next 4 weeks are the same, more or less. They're effectively the same, with minor things like an extra boon or something very unnoticeable, right? And they didn't even add extra weeklies, repeatable weeklies either this time around. So that's kind of interesting. All right, we're gonna change gears now.